What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde live here today in this winter wasteland. I really hate the winter. It makes me want to move to the West Coast. But sort of breaking news, not anything that is shocking or that anybody didn't see coming. But the Philadelphia Eagles have officially released Desean Jackson, clearing up about $5 million of cap space. Again, this is not anything that nobody saw coming. What's up, Big Play? As he goes, and then there's reports that they're going to get rid of, and again, this is not breaking, earth-shattering news, that they're going to be releasing Alshon and Malik Jackson. Yeah, it's not a shock at all. It's just it's official. And, you know, Desean Jackson's second stint here, the dude pretty much stole money. I mean, we all remember that first game in 2019 against Washington where he had 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. What's going on, Birdman? And other than that, he's resulted in less than 10% of the snaps in 2 years. I mean, he's still fast. He just can't stay healthy. You know, his last play as an Eagle is that deep bomb from Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys. It was like 81 yards, and he didn't have another play. So, what's up, Odell? Odell Beckham, come back to Tampa Bay. So he's gone. Now, I guess he's planning on still playing. He's 35 years old, says he can't wait till his next chapter. He posted on Instagram that the NFL's greatest deep threat's coming to a city near you. I don't know. I don't know if another team will take a chance on Desean Jackson, but he's just one of those guys that's always going to be remembered as an Eagle. You know, it's I really wish it would have worked out because he was one of my favorite guys. So many memorable moments here. But the Eagles traded... They got him from Tampa Bay in a trade that eventually got Tampa Bay Scotty Miller, who had a touchdown in a playoff game for Tampa Bay this year. So I'm going to say Tampa won that one. Other players, again, these are guys we already know about. Alshon, Malik Jackson, probably going to get released. The Eagles are $42 million over the cap. So they've got to clear up that space before they can even think about signing anybody. They saved $5 million by releasing him. Not much. They've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, $4.8 million. Yeah, I think there's some dead cap. No, like this year. Look, guys, this year is gonna suck as far as it's just gonna suck as far as signing free agents, cap space. Next year should be better. They should. Reports or maybe have about $71 million to spend after a lot of these contracts go off the books. But this year's just going to suck. It just is what it is. And, you know, the thing about this is Howie Roseman, with all these bad contracts, with all this, like, calorie sap hell is what the Eagles are in right now. And you know what? That's okay if you can draft young players because your young players can pick up the slack when you don't have to sign free agents every year. Birdman feels relaxed right now. How he's, I want to give Hurts a year too. I'm a little bit more relaxed. However, I'm still reading about Carson a lot today. I would Howie Roseman, Birdman. I'm done with Howie. He is. And again, I plan on releasing a video maybe tomorrow or the next day about just how Howie Roseman has destroyed this football team. It's the Carson Wentz situation, a complete organizational failure. I think they got a good return for the guy, a 1 and a 3, and it's going to be a 1 because the Colts are a good team without Carson, you know. So with Carson, with Frank Reich, I think that he'll play as long as he stays healthy, plays 70% of the snaps, and they get to the playoffs. I think it'll be a 1. I don't know if Howie will ever be fired. Who do I want with the 6th pick of the draft? I'm not completely like set on anybody. A part of me still thinks you should go with Jalen and get Jalen, build around Jalen Hurts. which means if Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase is there, I want them. There's another part of me that says, look, let's build this defense and get somebody besides Darius Slay, Patrick Surtain, if he's there, or a good linebacker like Micah Parsons. You could probably trade back and get a linebacker and some picks. And then there's a tiny part of me that is a little bit curious about maybe taking a quarterback there. Again, it's, I don't know. I'm so in the air. Zach Wilson's a guy I like. Obviously, after Trevor Lawrence, there's a couple guys. Yeah, I agree. They shouldn't do the same thing to Hurts they did to Wentz. Now, Wentz couldn't. Wentz, guys, if you know me, I was the biggest Wentz guy. But Wentz is, as not physically, up here, man, he's just soft. And I think that he's showed that. I mean, he couldn't handle Jalen being his backup this year. He couldn't handle the Nick Foles stuff. I get it. It's a lot. It's heavy. I like Justin Fields too. But the way he went about getting out of here, and, you don't say anything to your fans. You don't, these people that have supported you. If you haven't watched my video on my reaction to Wentz, I posted something from Gio, the Eagles fan, the kid Eagles fan that has the podcast. And this kid's in tears, man, about Carson leaving. And, Carson owed it to people like him, to people like us that buy all the stuff, to say something before you're FaceTiming cornerbacks from the Colts. It's just, to me, it really turned me off about the dude. And not to mention, he was a 34th ranked quarterback last year. It's not like his play, he played great and the Eagles still did him wrong. Yeah, if they can move back and get, a couple more picks, it's definitely something that I would look into, because this team needs a lot. They've got a lot of holes, but at the same time, if you're Howie Roseman, since you've messed up the last two drafts, more than that, but the fact that you let DK Metcalf go, you let Justin Jefferson, who's literally sitting in the palm of your hand, go. If Jamar Chase is there or Devontae Smith is there, can you let another great wide receiver go? I mean, I don't know. So it's going to be tough. I've been so wrapped up in the Carson stuff, I haven't really been able to dig deep into the draft. But yeah, I agree with that big play. Yep. When he first came in, man, it seemed like, he seemed like a leader. He seemed like the type of guy that guys could rally around, And Torrey Smith he's a close friend of Wentz, has said that. Zach Ertz has said that. And then once things started going bad, once the going got tough and Wentz got going, you know what I mean? Wentz wasn't a good leader unless everything was great. And these reports today, I don't know if you guys heard, that Wentz and Doug Peterson didn't talk for 10 weeks during the season is absolutely insane to me. It's crazy. There's a reason why, and I always wondered why Wentz was on the sideline and no coaches were coming up to him. Because he didn't want to be coached. You saw it with Nick. When Nick was in, always talking to Doug or somebody. Jalen comes in, right on the sideline talking to Doug. Not Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts' dedication is unmatched. Yeah, there's a story that I wanted to talk about. I'll probably do a video about that Jalen Mills was saying about Jalen Hurts. Staying out and practicing while everybody else had a couple hours of free time to get ready before meetings. And he just wants to get better, man. He just wants to get better. But the Eagles, they just, again, this is a draft that they absolutely have to hit almost every pick. We look at what they got, and I thought they got fair compensation, a 3 and a 1, or possibly a 2. But then you look at who they picked in the third round last year, and they picked Desean Taylor, a complete project linebacker. That scares me a little bit. Speaking of linebackers, another little bit of news going out today. Not big news at all, but Gennard Avery has switched to linebacker from defensive end. Something that was talked about last year but didn't happen. Jason Wall, absolutely agree. Actions speak louder than words. Yep. Yeah, he Carson's silence, and then again, like seeing the snapshot from the FaceTime with, it was like, I don't even know if it was a starting Colts cornerback. It was just a slap in the face. It was a slap in the face because there are tons of Eagle fans that supported this guy, and that I think that he. And I know you can't. It's not official till the 13th, so it's not like he can really go into much detail about being a Colt, but he could do like Desean Jackson did today and say something nice about the city, or at least thank the fans or something. He hasn't done any of that, you know? Dude gets in a plane, gets to Indianapolis, and that's that. And, you know, to me, what happens when Frank Reich sees that Wentz might not be the guy that he left in 2017? Then what? What do you do there? So I'm fine with Jalen Hurts. I said this. Somebody asked. I said this in my video before. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a stud. And someone asked me, why do you say that? Like, what did you see in Jalen Hurts that would make you say that? And it was an honest question. And my answer was, you know, I saw him come into, first off, the situation he was put into was bad. It just was. Being Carson's backup, dealing with all that drama. Think about that. As a player coming in, hardly any OTAs, no preseason games, not a real training camp. You come into all that drama. The team is horrible. And then your first start is against, actually, we'll go back. You come in, Carson gets benched in Green Bay. You come in with the same receivers that Carson couldn't hit in stride, with the same offensive line that Carson played behind, and you come in and you throw a touchdown and you throw a deep ball to Jalen Reagor. You look pretty good. The next game, Saints, best defense in the league. You hold your own. You win. The next game, you face Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Hold your own. Almost win that game. And then you get pulled in Washington, and the Dallas game was, of course, horrible. So there were good things and bad, but my point is, the guy showed leadership. He showed he could rally a bunch of guys that weren't winning, and he has that it factor, and that it factor is hard to describe. It's hard to define, but he definitely has the it factor. It's when you look at it's that eye test, where you look at a guy and you go, he's going to be good. Who's my favorite Eagle of all time? Brian Dawkins. I know it's such a generic answer because it's just about everybody's favorite Eagle. Brian Dawkins, and I really liked Brian Westbrook too. That just kind of shows my age, because those guys were playing at a high level when I was watching the Eagles. Randall Cunningham was the first quarterback I really liked. But Brian Dawkins is on another level. He's just on another level as a player. Do you like Chester as a draft pick? Maybe. Mine is my boy Randall Cunningham. Yeah, Randall was Randall was like, he was Michael Vick before Michael Vick, and Donovan McNabb before Donovan McNabb. I mean, he was doing things that no other quarterback was doing, and I was rooting for him. I've never rooted for a guy that isn't an Eagle. You know, to me, I root for my team. Like, I'm not one of these guys that, like, I'm going to root for guys to win that are on other teams. I might want them to do good, but I'm not going to root for them. I was rooting for Randall Cunningham as a Viking to get to the Super Bowl, and their kicker ruined it for him. But yeah, Randall is such a great Eagle, man. So, but Brian Dawkins, I mean, there's just nobody like this guy. He changed the game. As far as safeties, I mean, you got guys like him, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Sean Taylor. I mean, these guys were it's kind of like professional wrestling back in the day, where you had guys that looked like superheroes on TV. There's guys like Dawkins. Dawkins remind me of a superhero, and it's funny because he idolized Wolverine, but he just he was out of this world. As far as if anybody's joining just now, Desean Jackson release, not a surprise. Hurts can be our guy, but I'm really scared of Howie and Hurts getting into an argument and how he wins. Yeah, and dude, I'll tell you what, this Howie Roseman thing is it's one of the most frustrating positions that I've ever been in as a fan of a team, because I know I want my team to win every game. Obviously, that's not going to happen. And I'm going to be rooting for them to win a lot next year, which might not happen. But if that does happen, that means Howie stays. And I don't want Howie Roseman here. You know, this guy, what GM gets to hire 3 coaches? Like, what, in what world does that make sense? In what world does trading all the picks you traded to get Carson, signing him to an extension, and only to less than 2 years after that, trade him? It's like, how does the GM stay? How does your Super Bowl winning head coach and your MVP candidate quarterback from 17, they're fired, but you stay? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Now look, this guy's been with Jeffrey Lurie since the beginning, not as a GM, but he's been in the organization, I think, since Jeff owned the team in some aspect. Well, here's my too high. So here's my theory real quick, and I'm going to try to finish this so I get to the gym. Here's my theory on why Howie loves Hurts so much. As everybody knows, Howie Roseman really wanted to draft Russell Wilson. They missed out on Russell Wilson. And I think that's just stuck in his gut since that happened. And you look at a guy like Jalen Hurts, who has some of the characteristics of a Russell Wilson. Don't freak out. I'm not saying he's Russell Wilson, but I think Howie does not want to miss out on possibly a guy that could be the next Russell Wilson. Just my thoughts. And look, man, Jalen, this is the quarterbacks in this league right now kind of fit the mold that Jalen Hurts has. What surprised me the most about Jalen Hurts, and I'll be honest, I never thought he was much of a thrower. And he threw the ball well last year at certain points. I looked at that deep ball to Desean. The touchdown to Greg Ward at the Green Bay game. The dude could throw the football. Everybody knows he can run, which is why the Eagles' offensive line is not going to be as bad as it was this year. It's just not going to be. But the fact that he can run around, he's not going to get hit as much as Carson. He's going to have more success. The Eagles need a run game. Nick Sirianni was in a system where they ran the ball a lot. That should help Hurts. I think Hurts is going to have a decent year next year, again, as long as he can stay healthy. But you look at losing Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson now, who was released today. You're looking at that wide receiver room, and they definitely need some help there. Personally, don't want a quarterback at 6. Yeah, I don't either. But the thing is, last year when they drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round, it shocked everybody. It shocked me. It shocked everybody. I'm not shocked if they do whatever they do at 6. I'm not going to be shocked. I'm just not, and that's a crazy feeling. Are they trading Hurts? I hope so. Not because I don't like Ertz, but because I read a report that he was going to ask for his release, and I would hate to not get anything. I think he's, and somebody could probably correct me, I think it's about $10 million on the cap, but I would like to at least get something for Ertz. He's definitely not going to be an Eagle next year. It sucks. Another player, one of my favorite players. But I got to get into this gym, guys. It's getting dark, and I hate this weather. So, thanks everybody for joining me. Stay tuned for more content. Again, I got a Howie Roseman rant. I definitely need to go on. I've got all the stuff in here in the basement, as Rocky Balboa would say, that I need to get out. That's going to be coming up, and more news as it comes, and especially talking about the draft position by position as I did last year. Thanks again, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you later.